got Spacestation in one side, FaZe on the other. The winner makes it to top 8. The loser goes home. Rotterdam makes some noise. Let's play some Rocket League.
The North American showdown about to begin. Only one gets to go to the playoffs. Who represents Turtle? This one's gonna be a banger.
Oh, it's going to be a nail-biter of a series. We've got two prodigies on both sides. First Killer up against Daniel. Who can make the most noise? Who can make the biggest impact on the stage? We've seen so many amazing shots out of both of them, but this is where it's all gonna matter. Booking your ticket to top 8.
There aren't many other players that you can watch routinely 1v3 the other team, but we've got 2 of them in this match. Like you said, Daniel and First Killer. Daniel in this tournament done everything possible. Arsenal, LJ, gonna be given a chance. Arsenal shot denied right off the bat.
And we've already got some defensive rotations from FaZe Clan. That is my biggest issue coming into this series alone. And while teammates mentioned it and talked about it a lot on the desk, they looked fantastic statistically in the regional events, but here on land, they're letting in so many shots. They're letting the opposition shoot left and right, and here comes Daniel with the first goal.
Daniel knew it, he got right into position. LJ, a wonderful carry. Perfect control to get over the defender, and Daniel, all the work was done for him.
That's my biggest concern, FaZe Clan. They're averaging 10 shots against their own net here at this major. And for Spacestation Gaming, there is so much offensive firepower that can dismantle your team regardless of how much space is given. If you're letting them take 10 shots, that might be the end of you. And Daniel is putting on full display what he's capable of.
Denied in the midfield was First Killer, but Spacestation get pushed across the midfield. Daniel on his first catch. Won't get much done. FaZe starting to stabilize on defense, but just a dump off to LJ on the back wall. FaZe looking, the demo opens up a spot. Arsenal got the defense, but he got dumped! Mist goes up!
Mist showing up early on. He was struggling a little bit in the first few series, but now coming alive. This is the best moment for him to pop off. And it's off of a great read. He knew exactly where that goalkeeper was trying to take that ball, carry it out, and a good capitalization.
Mist has long been known for his consistency. It's part of the reason why FaZe picked him up. But he hasn't had the cleanest tournament. To start off with a goal will do wonders for the confidence. The bump does not work out. Mist ends up punting him right back into the ball. Spacestation trying to push the issue here as LJ gets across. But FaZe hanging on the back wall as Spacestation have to wait. Arsenal, not a lot of boost here. He only grabbed 1 pad. That one's gonna come off for First Killer, but FaZe are having some trouble here getting out of their own corner.
And within the first 2 minutes, we're seeing that immediate threat of what these lingering rotations can do from Spacestation Gaming. If they don't win that first challenge, whoever that first man is will try and take you out, go for a demo, delete you from the pitch, and hopefully make an impact for your other teammates like Daniel to move into that space. Arsenal has already picked a couple of FaZe Clan's players off and gotten some physical demos. Let's see if it keeps going.
FaZe love to play that catch and run across their own wall and beat you with a quick counterattack. The mechanics we know that these players have. It's a good 50, but that's only for Spacestation.
Slippery set.
He's got it, wants the bump, but not gonna get First Killer.
And right now, Spacestation have set up a great offense in the defense of FaZe Clan. And as I say that, there's a big clear down the other side, but easily responded from Spacestation. We're back in the FaZe Clan half. And their boost is getting drained from them. Finally, some space open for Typical, but a quick rotation out of Arsenal. And we've got a quick 50-50 back towards the other side, but 1-2 passing back and forth. FaZe Clan punished.
Good initial clear, and then 50 by Typical. Got the pop-up for Mist, who just beats the defender to the ball. As Spacestation, you're spending so much time beyond the midfield line, but that 150 forced him to rotate back, a little slower back, and Mist, he beats him by inches.
Jorbian, you mentioned the midfield line. To me, that is the key for FaZe Clan. I was rewatching that series with Spacestation up against the club, and a lot of the club's goals stemmed from those dribbles on the midfield line. That one that we just saw from FaZe Clan was started in the midfield. slow possession. But they might not have too many opportunities or too many shots, but they're all high quality, and LJ is gonna get a high quality shot.
All starts from Arsenal. Got a full field clear, all of FaZe wait for it to come back, and you know, that's fine if you want to play it, but Arsenal knows how you want to play the game. You got to catch that one perfectly.
Yeah.
All of FaZe just let it come back. Spacestation get to move forward for free.
I think that was just too optimistic from FaZe Clan. They thought they could get a chip clear or even a touch that would be to the corner over Arsenal. It's again in front of the net from FaZe Clan, who look to be the most defensive team so far out of the two. This is what I'm talking about. They let the other team, the opposition, take so many shots against them. It's gotten them a tied-up ball game, but how much longer can they survive? Because Daniel is in the air and trying to make some magic.
Hard touch, LJ. Great catch, slowing down the ball as well. Means no hard rebound, and first killer's forced to retreat. He comes across, grab the midfield boost, but that retreat tactic doesn't really work if Spacestation keep grabbing the ball. FaZe able to stabilize first killer. Up high, back to typical. Drop down to first killer. Off and rolling in front of the box. Shots denied.
Vision on point for FaZe Clan. They might not have gotten a goal from that sequence, but my oh my, did it look good. Finding each other. Good crosses across the pitch. And first killer doing a little dance against the third goal.
First killer freezes the Spacestation defense on this catch. And look as he resets on the ceiling. It gets underneath it. Perfect use of the boost as well. Everything goes perfectly for him. And that's what happens when nobody is going to challenge.
The landing on that ceiling is so important. It's so easy, Jorby, as a player, to change your approach to the ball and wobble. But here's Daniel. Quick responses out of the blue side.
Quickly, as on the kickoff, LJ cuts off typical. And watching, just cut in, expecting that he could beat Daniel or at least get that touch. Daniel gets him on the left side. FaZe, for all their defense, for all the shots they allow, they let one through on the kickoff. That's gotta feel bad.
And it's gotta feel good too for Spacestation, getting these quick early responses. And I'm surprised that FaZe Clan have been able to generate so many quality opportunities. They're far and few between. Big counterattack, clear down the other side, but first killer, deep rotation, calmly carries this out.
First killer doing a lot of work. One goal off his two shots. 4 saves, another shot, that one from missed. Denied, first killer also denied. Of those, slow roller, typical scores!
The barrage is simply too much out of FaZe Clan. 1 save from Daniel, 2 rotating to the corner. Arsenal is trying to get back, regardless of how slow that shot is. It's on target, it's accurate, and it's the 4th goal.
Don't let it go in on the kickoff. See what Spacestation has gone up here.
Oh, fake.
LJ, second man, picks it up, now third. It's Daniel, launches it up high, and just couldn't connect with LJ or Arsenal. And a big clear for FaZe. Down, maybe not. One more off the corner. There he is. Oh, Daniel keeping the ball up. First killer wants the double, wants to end it, and it bounces on the ramp. And they want to keep it going, but Spacestation just don't have boost. They're going to need to pull off some incredible magic. LJ grabbed the full tank. Daniel's picking up small pass, but the ball's almost up to the ground.
Word.
There it goes. FaZe finally ended.
Finally, that ball just did not want to touch the ground here in Rotterdam, as the first game does go in favor of FaZe Clan. A very defensive performance, but such high-quality rotations. You know, there were earlier moments in this tournament, Jorby, where I saw FaZe Clan trying to play as defensively as they did here up against Spacestation, but the communication nowhere near as perfect and as flawless as what we just saw. Barely any double commits, everybody spreading the field, and the counterattacks, such good precision whenever they were taking shots.
The Spacestation, where does the adjustment come on one of those? They started to get starved on boost. FaZe protecting their own corners, which will also make that counterattack more lethal. But Spacestation, they have to find a way to stop first killer. It's like, is it going to be Daniel this time? We're talking about first killer versus Daniel being the matchup. Well, first killer has been #1. So maybe Daniel can respond, but I still think there was still some good plays from Spacestation in between.
I still think this favors Spacestation with the aggression and what we're seeing out of them, because there haven't been as many demos. They still have the chance to, like I said, go for those lingering rotations, extend forward. We saw it at the beginning, and that's where I thought they looked the most dominant. It trickled off as they got counterattacked, and maybe that destroyed and cut their confidence in half. But coming out into game 2, I don't think there's too much adjustment to be made. Holding possession, giving Daniel opportunities, it was all there. They just need to connect and honestly be a little bit more cautious of those counterattacks, but don't change too much here.
There were some questions about Spacestation after day 1 of this tournament about whether or not they were going to get it done even after day 2. A lot of people thinking, are Spacestation done? They just didn't have the same energy. They didn't have the same authority on the pitch that we're used to seeing outside of Daniel.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, they get to the crowd day. Arsenal wakes up a little bit, starts creating opportunities for his team, and LJ as well. The team is picking it up as we enter the crowd stage, but FaZe is smacking him in the mouth first. They're going to need to find a way to respond.
We're already seeing Spacestation back on the foot where they left off in the half of FaZe Clan. It's going to be a matter of how they can break down the defense. This is the reason why FaZe picked up Mitch, to be more solid, to be more stable in that backfield. It's worked out. And so far, nothing too spectacular is coming in the favor of Spacestation, but they are hunted.
Now, a lot of battles in the corner. First Killer might get a lead. LJ takes him out. Spacestation start to crowd the corner.
Ooh.
Get the touch out. Great follow-up by Arsenal. But Daniel takes it from Arsenal, gets around it, but pushed off the corner by First Killer.
Daniel still trying to push the limits of what might be possible on that stage here. Again, folks, loser goes home. And FaZe Clan, they know what's at stake, and they're striking first.
Al FaZe started out the first game with a big dunk. First it was missed, this time it's typical. Destroys Daniel in the corner.
Wow, the challenge game in favor of FaZe Clan. Speed there. Barely any opportunities. One transition down the other side. So efficient when they're given those chances.
Decent catch for First Killer. LJ trying to find the touch. Spacestation past the midfield, flicked up for Arsenal. That missed ain't gonna bite.
First Killer's there.
First Killer, low touch, taken away. And trying to buy time, it's typical. He does get the 50 to rotate back. First Killer takes it away.
That was genius from First Killer. Playing man coverage, knowing to stay in that corner. And he sniffed out the pass. Absolutely killed all momentum from Spacestation. He's been doing that pretty routinely. Then when he comes on offense, he's taking boosts, getting in your face, and going up for air dribbles.
Messy in the corner. LJ couldn't find anything. And there, oh my goodness, blocked Daniel. You know, he can hit those doubles. He knows how to block them. First Killer trying to slow it down. He's successful. Coming across to defend him. Oh, the ball on Arsenal runs into Daniel. And FaZe, they weren't able to punish them on it, but they keep the ball locked in the corner. And look, Spacestation, all of them on zero. LJ picking up pads. FaZe, this is the chance to punish them. Shot underneath. LJ's not to be trifled with. Gets off one. FaZe still with possession. Got it across the side wall. Daniel working for it, but everybody's close and just can't get it through FaZe. They couldn't break down Spacestation. First Killer, one more pop, and it's taken away again. Daniel, a little more boost for him. How about the defensive work here?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're getting bunched up. The boost robbed right in front of them. LJ had to make several goal line saves, sitting on 0 boost, but they have kept it within 1, and they can be proud of themselves. Now looking to transition. They want to be proud of themselves on offense, too, because they need a goal. Under 2 minutes left to make a change.
Saw First Killer in midfield. He got a little chip on Arsenal. It was enough to give FaZe. Doesn't matter after LJ he completely erased that with that 50. Still, First Killer being a menace in every phase of the game. Spacestation still not able to grab possession. Off the wall. That's a free ball for FaZe. What do they do with it? It's typical off the ceiling. Just wanted to control it. Don't want to give Spacestation anything easy to work with, but here they come anyway. Arsenal had to drop it. There just wasn't anywhere to go.
FaZe Clan are so much more aware of each other on the defensive side. These rotations haven't slipped up a single time. I'm telling you, you go back in the replay reviews, you look at their defense, they are tripping over each other, double committing.
Oh, no, missed. He pulled off, acted like he was going to challenge the ball. Spacestation still keep it, but it delayed the rotation a little bit. Now they have to pick up a save. FaZe still on.
What a pass!
Pass across! Oh, First Killer dives in front! He stops 2 attackers!
How does First Killer keep getting away with this? He's ascending on offense, then holding it down on defense.
LJ pops it high, but nobody's around. Arsenal and Daniel coming back around it. FaZe Clan, they're the ones playing a lot of defense again. Talking about all the shots they allow, but they're so lethal when they break through, and there they go! Typical walks it in!
Wide open. Spacestation getting too desperate, and you understand the situation. Under 30 seconds left, you've got to send every single player you have. Every chance cannot go missed. And you have to throw one of these players. Ideally Daniel, but the space not given. Arsenal looking for demos, hasn't been able to find it because FaZe Clan have all the boost in the world to drive around you. Now they're doing circles in your own corner, and it looks to be like we get match point for FaZe Clan so long as these 10 seconds can go their way.
Spacestation shut out in regulation. FaZe full control in this game. Just not any kind of threat from Spacestation.
Yeah.
And when they did get on offense, they were disjointed. Where you saw Arsenal, he'd have control. He'd get a good 50 in the first man position, but Daniel and LJ were off because they had to go get a pattern. They had to get boost. They're not commanding the pitch. And you can't do anything on offense if you're not commanding the pitch. It doesn't matter if you win that 150. If your teammates aren't there to help you out, they have to figure out a way to stitch this rotation back together on offense.
It's going to be so hard because this is some of the best defense I think we have seen all tournament long. And this is from FaZe Clan, who looked to be one of the worst earlier on, struggling. Now here making it all the way to round 5 as well as Spacestation. And interestingly enough, neither of these teams have even seen round 5 in Swiss from North America. So this is a new situation for both of them. But it seems as though FaZe Clan are stepping up in ways that Spacestation don't know how. And they have them downloaded every step of the way. And I keep replaying the moment of First Killer where he has the pass read out. Instead of cutting into challenge early, he knows where Spacestation are trying to move the ball, trying to thread this ball, cuts off the pass, and that relieves so much pressure. So maybe the answer for Spacestation here moving forward could be to hold that ball a little bit to yourself. If the passes are getting cut out, try to enforce more solo plays if possible. I think that could be the answer, given that there is slightly more space with that man coverage defense on FaZe.
This is peak stress for Spacestation. You're facing elimination. You're down 2. You need to win 3 straight. It doesn't get much harder, and it's got to be against FaZe Clan, a team that does not finish lower than 4th place. Daniel gonna start things off, or he'll just get the ball knocked away from him. That seems to be happening a lot for Spacestation. Arsenal will control the ball out. Again, the rotation. First Killer takes it to the right side. LJ, thanks to First Killer, taking some time. LJ buys a goal.
Here comes the rookie on this RLCS stage. First Killer, I like the idea to go for the dribble, keep it to himself, but LJ absolutely sniped that bottom left corner and took it right out of the hands of First.
Yeah, I'm not sure I don't think that first touch was exactly what he wanted on that air dribble. He had to waste a lot of boost just to recover. LJ able to, he came from the other side of the field. That just tells you how much time it took First Killer to get back to the ball, and now they got a breakaway! Arsenal scores!
Early signs of life, Spacestation Gaming. Finally get a counterattack to their name. They certainly know how that feels like with how this series has gone. One demo from Arsenal, he had the boost to catch him, and that ball is gonna simply roll in. A little bit over 30 seconds, but Spacestation Gaming hold the lead.
LJ blows through one defender on the kickoff. He wants another one. Arsenal setting up Daniel, got another bump. Spacestation getting chippy. Pass on the right side. Nothing gonna develop. Spacestation sitting pretty low on the boost. Daniel just picked up his corner, or the midfield canister. Coming around. Good possession so far here from Spacestation. Another demo, another goal!
This is why they had the most demos as a team coming in here into this series. LJ, absolutely beautiful pass off the corner into Arsenal. They're both getting aggressive. And the third goal in favor of Spacestation. This has been a stellar performance and a big bounce back.
We just didn't see much of the physical game from Spacestation in the first 2 games, and it's come in full force this time around. It's created multiple opportunities, and even if it's not a demo, it's a bump. LJ trying to get another one on the air dribble. Arsenal gonna keep it close. Good possession, good flip, but the 50's First Killers.
Let's see how FaZe Clan decide to carry this ball out, and now they're forced to deal with some pressure that they haven't felt all series long. That might ruin some of the mentality, which is definitely where Roldiz should come in as that coach to try and calm the nerves. They've got plenty of time, 3:18 on the clock. First Killer hasn't been getting the touches he wants, keeping it close, but that touch indeed did find its way to Typical, and they can break out.
It's where you might start getting a little worried for FaZe. You got plenty of time on this clock. You can stabilize for now. You get everybody on the same page on the comeback. Missed. That's a good catch. Slows it down on the brakes. But the 50 gonna be LJ's as he gets underneath it. Back to Daniel. Arsenal downfield and denied. Pushed off to the side, but that has been the threat every single time down the field. Arsenal's there waiting.
Oh my goodness.
Just take FaZe Clan out of the play.
And even as LJ went in for that 50-50, after he didn't get a touch, he still tries to demo a player. Not only do you have Arsenal coming at you, hunting you down like you're his prey, but then LJ is getting physical, bullying you out of these corners.
FaZe just can't get out. It's looking a little bit like most of game one did, but FaZe had a lot more offense in that game. This time they're scoreless. First killer, another air dribble. Gets by one, he's got support, he's got the shot, and FaZe have a goal!
Another counterattack on the tally of FaZe Clan. Started from the corner, air dribbles over two, first killer behind the ball, and it's typical to finish it.
Quick counterattack. FaZe, they've reset the clock. 2:13, 2 to go.
That's got to be a shot of adrenaline towards the side of FaZe Clan, knowing that they can get back into this game.
Let's go and launch that. It came for free off the back wall, off the post, off it in the net, but it's barely saved by Arsenal. The shot comes in. Oh, first killer scores!
You thought one goal line save was enough, but the power of FaZe Clan keeps coming. First killer, making sure he can secure that goal, and they almost got that second follow-up touch, Jorby.
I might have fell on the ground if he made that second
Good rotation. I think I would have lost it. I would have lost it, but we are within one. FaZe Clan, immediate strike back.
It's all of a sudden a new ball game. First killer. Not gonna get the push going. Spacestation trying to push the issue. Daniel steals the boost and deletes a player. First killer, all he can do is launch it up. LJ's there waiting. And FaZe back on the orange back wall. They're used to it at this point. It's typical. Nothing for them. The tense moment hangs between both teams. Spacestation knowing what's at stake. And Daniel knows what's at stake! Puts it in! Up by 2!
What an angle from the young prodigy. Through the corner, off the wall. How do you even get that read? How do you find the angle? Only Daniel has the answers.
That was a nasty one. When you thought FaZe started knocking on the door, Spacestation locked it up.
And I got concerned for Spacestation Gaming because they saw a little bit of some retaliation out of FaZe Clan. Good counterattacks, and maybe that would have been a sign for SSG to pull back with their demos with this level of aggression. But that goal should secure a comfortable lead as time is running out.
Good cut by Spacestation on defense. Denied in midfield as well. A couple of good touches.
Daniel's there.
But LJ got the good touch. Daniel got that one, but taken away. Still a minute. FaZe don't need to panic just yet, but there's only about 20 of those seconds left. Up in front. FaZe trying to play it slow. Methodical was typical, but he lost the ball. And LJ kills more time on the clock.
Good 50 from LJ, stuffed in the corner.
What a bump.
Oh, and another bump.
That one?
The follow-up from Daniel. But FaZe Clan, this defense still looks very impressive. It has led up a couple of times too many. But we've seen more offense, big demos, and that's where they have to respond. They're getting bullied out of their own end.
Arsenal gets a beautiful first touch on this one. The follow-up bouncer, and the crossbar doesn't ruin him on it. The demo opens up the space. FaZe can't make up for lost time, and Spacestation regain their initial lead.
Arsenal is simply not going to miss those. You clear the path, you set it up, and Arsenal is going to finish. What a response, too, from Daniel. Good kickoff. And this is going to be another one, 6-2. It's running away.
This win for Spacestation is important within context because a lot of Spacestation's wins this weekend, we've been saying it over and over, have been because of Daniel. But this is a full team win for them. And to me, that's more important because if you're going to beat FaZe, I don't think it's going to be with Daniel alone. Arsenal and LJ really picking up the pieces and enabling a lot of these opportunities. Arsenal scoring a couple, he's starting to come online. And LJ, he's usually quiet, but quiet isn't always a bad thing, right? He's won a lot of 50s. He's done a great job protecting the ball for Spacestation. And when you combine that with Daniel's insane mechanics, you get a beautiful pod. And Spacestation, Well, we're starting to bake it now.
Yeah, absolutely. A beautiful pie indeed. A three-headed monster. And I think LJ getting that first goal, really setting the stage as well for Space Station Gaming, was a pivotal moment. And he's the rookie, Jorby. As a player, when you come out here on this stage with this crowd being as loud as it is here in Rotterdam, there's a lot of nerves. The game's gonna feel completely new up there. And just seeing your name pop up, getting a goal, something that you can be proud of, is going to set the tone, set the mood as the game will continue to play out.
I think FaZe, they really need to switch this up. I know they want to play this play style of the consistent air dribble, of being able to outplay and get a sick pass after you did some kind of crazy air dribble ceiling reset, right? But Space Station got privy to it. They started demoing you. They started bumping you off the play. And then even when they were low on boost, they didn't leave the play.
Yep.
They were taking small pads and trying to stay in the way of these attempted air dribbles from FaZe. So for FaZe, something's got to switch up here. You either just get better at avoiding demos. That's hard to do with Arsenal on the field, right?
That's so hard, but what was working in the first two games, if you looked at the boost counter, Space Station Gaming had 0 boost whatsoever, nothing in the tank as they're rushing back and forth. And if you don't have any boost, there's no time to even go supersonic to try and get these demos. You can't bump, you can't get physical. The story has changed, especially in Game 3 as they adapted. Game 4, who's gonna write the script? FaZe Clan, 1 game away from securing top 8.
Space Station begin their journey. Cut off FaZe, missed. Gets underneath 1. Since game 1, missed also going a little quiet. See what they can get done. Arsenal. Open it up for Daniel and LJ. Space Station gonna work forward beyond this FaZe back wall. It has been difficult to get by. That's why that physical game has been so effective.
And it always starts with Arsenal. Anytime you see Space Station Gaming.
Or at least that's the most effective rotation, right? With him in that first man position. Well, you don't really know what he's gonna go
and
for.
The issue is it can be a bit too aggressive. Sometimes it can be risky to send all these players forward. So Space Station would obviously love to get these dubs and not have to go for that physical game. But if you're unable to break through the barrier of FaZe Clan, that might be your only option and the most effective, like you said.
But the Space Station are facing a lot of pressure, and Typical throws a heater onto the net. FaZe score first.
We gotta wonder what happened to the rotations. Daniel cutting in early. Arsenal is trailing behind the ball, and he turns the wrong way. And he doesn't have any boost as well. You understand why he has that habit to go towards the 100, go towards that full boost pad. But at the end of the day, the rotation, not perfect, and FaZe up first.
First killer cutting off Daniel's clear. Ball's back down onto the ball. Control, but no 50. Space Station begin the counter. Arsenal doesn't get his 50. Miss puts it right over him. That puts Space Station back on their rotation. But Arsenal stays downfield. Got the pass! LJ's there, and he can't put it on target. It was too fast.
Pass came through, shot slightly wide. But more and more opportunities flooding towards the FaZe Clan defense.
You know, there might have been some criticism of Arsenal over the week, but the reality is, if he's awake, that is a scary thing for FaZe Clan. First killer, he got baited by Daniel, flipped into it early, but first killer, he doesn't care. He tried to barrel forward, and they just got possession back. Arsenal able to push it back, and all of FaZe are back. But look at Daniel trying to force, missed up early. He did. He forced first killer up, but he comes back down on the save. LJ gets up quickly, but Typical freezes him in midfield, and FaZe denied Space Station a quick counter. They got to work for their food.
That's absolutely right when you talk about Daniel, what he's doing on the pitch. Here he comes, 2 for another shot. This time he's not the one hunting a player from FaZe Clan. He's taking the shot, which is the ideal striker.
Arsenal.
But anybody from Space Station,
Daniel
can hit a beautiful shot.
LJ?
LJ is gonna be one player who can himself. Space Station waiting for that one opportunity that'll break through.
3 straight shots, but no goals. Space Station still pressuring. Bounces off the ramp. Arsenal.
Good touch.
High off the ceiling, but that's only for first killer. Daniel was sitting too wide, and he's dunked. LJ, loose ball, big shot! Costello puts FaZe up by 2!
The defense from Space Station Gaming malfunctioning here against FaZe Clan. Off the backboard, 2 players in the same spot, rushing to get a touch. Just 1 touch to keep that ball out, keep them within 1. But their dreams might be ruined as FaZe Clan go up 2-0.
It gets that much harder. Spacestation, a lot of good ideas, a lot of good tries, but nothing great. LJ, no touch, and Mist has to play it back to the corner. Daniel, no boost, just wants to force the 50, and flips right by Arsenal. LJ also nothing in the tank, no corner boost as well. He's frozen, made the 50 work, and he gave Daniel an out. But look at FaZe getting back to the ball. Arsenal trying to work wide, but LJ has to wait now. Daniel has to cut back in. That's a high ball, but LJ's beat. No, he's not actually. First killer actually took a bad angle, and he had to cut himself down. Now Daniel has LJ denied. High off the backboard. Arsenal pass, shot denied. First killer gets there again.
Selfless routes taken for Spacestation Gaming, looking for this first goal. Arsenal was able to take so many boost pads. He's starving out FaZe Clan, draining them, taking the midfield boost. They have shots, they have opportunities. When will Daniel go in?
Daniel off the ceiling, off the board.
This could be it.
Oh, he couldn't get the shot. LJ, the last man back. He's got the boost to buy time. He's got the ceiling to reset his car, but he doesn't have teammates to help him out. Everyone reset to their own corners. You can't give FaZe that much time when you're down by 2 and there's only a minute left. Daniel, they want the high percentage opportunity. Arsenal bullies one player in the back of the net, but FaZe have teammates to recover. FaZe Clan, they handle business on defense. They've wasted so much time, Turtle.
Time is fading away indeed. Spacestation sitting on 9 shots compared to FaZe Clan's 2 shots with 2 goals. Might make it 3. Daniel does get the save, and on this drive, things have to change.
It's gotta be Daniel. He's done it many times. Arsenal trying to help out. LJ playing it close, but first killer puts it away. Back around the corner, first killer time, and again, another pass. It's missed, it's open, it might be over. FaZe, 3 goals and 1 opportunity to go to the top 8.
This has got to seal the deal for FaZe Clan. Top 8, so close. They can smell it. This is their chance. Hold on, 1 good kickoff, and this is surely over.
That ball's hanging around, and it's on the wrong side of the field.
That's too much time, Jorby.
Nothing left. It's done, Turtle. FaZe Clan, they get another top 8, another playoff berth. Moving on, Spacestation eliminated.
A rocky start here for FaZe Clan in the Swiss bracket. A rough loss against Moist, a 3-0 against the Pioneers, edged out a win against Liquid.